Hey guys, welcome to another baking tutorial. Today we're making Panipopo. A lot of people have been messaging me asking me to make the Panipopo in one of my tutorials, so I thought, okay, I'll do it today. The recipe that I normally use is my honey rolls recipe, but today I want to show you another recipe that I really like as well. But yeah, no, I'm pretty sure you'll love this one. Okay, so what we need is yeast. Okay, so we need 2 packets of the yeast. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll put the yeast into another bowl. Okay, so we'll go 2 packets plus 1 tablespoon of sugar. Okay. Now this is just to activate our yeast, okay, to get it going. So what we'll put in there, we'll put 1/3 of a cup of warm water, okay. So once again, run your tap. Okay, and just when there's enough heat on your pan there, okay, just put 1/3 of a cup in there, give it a little mix. Now you do need to preheat your oven to 175 degrees. Okay, I've already preheated our oven there, so I'll put the yeast on top of the element there just to let it do its thing. Okay, and while that's working, what we'll do is we'll get the rest of the ingredients together. So I've got 1.5 cups of heated milk or warm milk. Okay, you can either heat it in the microwave or you can just do it on the stove. Okay, I had it on the stove. Okay, so put that in there. Okay, we've got 1/2 cup of sugar. Okay, add that in there. And we've also got 50 grams of melted butter. Okay, a lot of the Panipopo recipes, they'll either put butter or oil in there. I mean, that's fine. I prefer the butter. Okay. Panipopo is really easy to make, by the way. Okay, so I've put the milk, the sugar and the butter in here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for the yeast to do its thing. As soon as it's risen, what we'll do is we'll add the flour to it. Okay. Okay, we'll give that a couple of minutes to do its thing. What I'll do is I'll show you what the buns that I made earlier on today. Yeah, look at that. That looks so good. And I'll just show you one. See? So the difference between this recipe and my honey rolls recipe is these rolls are a lot more firmer, okay? And a lot of us like our bungies to be firm so that we can, you know, dunk it in the sauce, okay? And so that's why I thought I'd try this recipe, and I know a lot of you will love this recipe. Okay, I always use my honey rolls recipe for the Panipopo because I prefer the softer texture, but this one is pretty good as well. Okay, so that's what it looks like at the end. Okay, I'll cover those up and get the yeast. Okay. So the yeast is at the right consistency. You can see that it's foaming there. Okay, so we'll add that to to our mix. Okay, and what we need is we need 4 to 6 cups of flour. I'm using the baker's flour, but you can use the high grade or plain flour. I've actually seen some of the recipes where they use the self-raising flour, okay? But the high grade and the baker's flour is always the best ones to use. Okay, so 2 cups at a time. You'll also notice that I don't have eggs in here, okay? And that's another difference between this Panipopo recipe and to my honey rolls, okay? There's eggs in those ones, but this one, there's no eggs. Okay, remember to add 2 cups in at a time. Just make sure it's all mixed in before you add the other cups of flour. I mean, obviously, if you've got a mixer at home, use your mixer. Okay, so as you can see, it's all coming together. So now what we're going to do is we're going to knead the dough, okay? It's about 10 minutes, it should take about 10 minutes for you to knead the dough. Okay, add more flour if you need to. Okay, we're not going to continue to knead this for 10 minutes, but this is what it should look like, okay? Once the dough's, you know, nicely kneaded, it should have a bounce to your dough, like you should be able to push on it and it should be able to, it should dent and it should bounce back, okay? That's how you know that you've got a good dough. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just put it aside. I'll knead this later. I want to show you one that I did earlier. Okay, so this one here, it's like I left it for 45 minutes, I think 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, so it's definitely doubled in size. Okay. And if you push on your dough, see, it's dented in and it's bouncing back, okay? So that's a good dough. Okay, so just give it a quick little knead. What I do is I halve this, the dough. Put a little bit of flour on your rolling pin. Now, I've seen so many different ways of rolling out your Panipopo. Okay, so I'll just show you a couple of ways that you can do it. Okay, so you just roll it out like a pizza dough. See, and this is exactly the same way that I make my cinnamon rolls, you know, bread rolls, the donuts, they're all the same. They all have the same base ingredients. Okay, so this is pretty good. Okay, so I've seen some people roll it this way, okay, and then once they've rolled it, then they cut them into little pieces, okay, and then they put them on the baking tray. Okay, I'll show you how I like to do it. Okay, so what I do is I cut it in half, and then I cut strips. Like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, but that's just how I like to do it. Like that. Okay, what you do is you grab your baking tray, and you roll them. Okay, you roll the strips like that. See, like that. Okay, and then that's it. Okay, easy. You know, another way you can do it is you can just make them into little balls. That's how I normally do mine. Just do them into balls, like bread rolls. Okay, you can do it that way as well. See? You don't want to have big thick strips of dough. Reason being is they rise, and when they rise they double in size. So you want to make sure you've got enough room in your tray. See, so of these small trays you can probably get 12 of the small trays. Cut some more strips. Sorry, I'm too lazy to grab my other knife, so I just have to use this one here. Okay, roll these up. See, look, easy. Okay, and that's what they should look like on there. Like that up. Okay, see? That's what they should look like. So what they'll do is they'll expand, they'll double in size, okay? So from here, you leave it to rise for another maybe 20 minutes until it's doubled in size, okay? And what we'll do is I'll quickly show you how to do the coconut cream for the coconut cream sauce for the Panipopo, okay? So you'll need about 2 cups of the coconut cream. So what I do is I just pour. You can use any coconut cream. I prefer Cara. Some people use half coconut cream, half of the coconut milk. You can do that as well. So because I used 2 cups of the coconut cream, I'm also going to be using 2 cups of water with it, okay? you don't want it too thick, yeah, by all means you can add more water just to water it down. Okay, and it's half a cup of sugar. What do I do with my sugar? There it is. See, I like mine, you know, slightly watery, not too much, you know, not too thick of the coconut cream. So I might just add a little bit more water. Okay, taste it if it's sweet. If it's not sweet enough, add more sugar. Okay, it's perfect. Okay, so all you need to do is pour your coconut cream in there. Okay, and then you put it on the element and leave it to rise. And so that tray should double in size. As soon as it's risen, or as soon as it's doubled in size, just put it in the oven, and it should take about 15 to 20 minutes, or until golden brown. But that's pretty much it. That's the Panipopo. Okay, easy. Okay, very, very easy. And like I said, you can roll them whatever way you want. Just find the easiest way for you. For me, I think this way is easier, or just rolling them in balls. But yeah, have a look at these babies again. Okay. Alright, that's us. That's Panipopo. So stay tuned for next week's tutorial. I'll post up the recipe for the Panipopo one as well. But take care, and don't forget to subscribe to my page.